Would you trade 1 week of downtime for skin that looks better all year round? Wintertime means laser season.
So I decided to do CO2 laser.
What is that?
Tomorrow.
Crusty and oozy and just not very pleasant.
Ouch, baby. Very ouch.
If you out there and you like me, you probably assumed that Botox was the most extreme thing that people was doing to their faces out there.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
But right now, they got these new CO2 laser treatments that removes the whole upper surface of your skin so it can grow back. Let's get into exactly why they're doing this and what the effects are supposed to be for you. What it look like, TV?
I am back. What it do, baby?
YouTube's own Varnell Hill.
Did you miss me?
Your very own spokesman for the Insidians. We're inside and we're comfortable.
They're so comfortable.
And I'm back with another one. And today, y'all, I got a doozy for y'all, man. Vanity seems to be at an all-time high right now. Y'all are messing y'all face up every which way y'all can in this quest for beauty. But we know about the Botox.
Oh, this. I got a Botox injection today.
We know about people getting horrible nose jobs.
This I did in Turkey.
Yeah.
Very bad.
Yeah.
In Turkey.
How many times?
5.
5 times, now 6.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very, very, very bad.
Turkey, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very bad. In Turkey, very bad.
I don't know what her nose looked like beforehand, but I can guarantee you it was better than that. I can guarantee you she was not born with the Skeletor nose, but that quest for vanity, it catches you up all the time. It's people out here that's even getting forehead surgery because they think they forehead too big, so they getting basically a forehead lift. If you like it, I love it, man. But if you thought that's extreme, this whole CO2 laser treatment stuff is literally, to me, the top of the mountain, man. You can't get no more extreme than burning off the top layer of your face so your skin could grow back, so it could be quote unquote fresh skin.
We are here at day 3 of CO2 laser recovery, and it is still frightening. Like, frightening. I look in the mirror and I don't even recognize myself, and my little boy is just terrified of me at this point. Improvement in some ways, but looking worse in other ways. So I feel like I can open my eyes a little bit better, which is nice because I couldn't see, like, because my eyes were like this, I literally couldn't see. But I feel like the grid and everything from the CO2 is really starting to like surface, and you can see it, and my neck is more swollen, and the neck is actually the most painful part today. So anyway, tonight for the skincare, we are gonna do a vinegar soak. Just use distilled water. So I used 1 cup of distilled water to 1 tablespoon of vinegar. So all I'm gonna do is just kind of like blot it on like that. Oh, and it feels so good. Here's the other one. Tomorrow, I'm going to wash my hair. I have not washed it since I had the CO2 laser. I washed it the day of, like early that morning, and I'm happy I did because you really, like, I've been bathing, but I haven't gotten in the shower because just like the steam from my shower, I just feel like would be too hot. I think the most emotional part about the CO2 laser is obviously you look unrecognizable. Your family's scared of you. Your husband's like, what have you done? And same with your children. But it's very isolating because I'm not leaving my house. Like, I have been stuck home, and I feel like I'm just getting like cabin fever at my own home. And so anyway, that's one of the hardest parts. It's just you feel really isolated.
Good morning. Day number 1. It is gross. My children are scared of me because I am now the bearded, bloody lady. The blooded, bearded lady. And they don't want me to walk them into school, and I can't blame them. It hurts, but it feels more like I have a pound of wax on my face that I can't move. But I'm really swollen and puffy, but the worse it looks, the better the results, so they say.
Right.
I think the real question is, how much pain are you willing to put yourself through for clearer and prettier skin? I guess they say we're going to see the results at the end, and y'all get to tell me if y'all think you can see a big difference like that. But I guess that's really the question. How much pain are you willing to take for your vanity?
Crusty and oozy and just not very pleasant. I am definitely having a bit of a wobbly morning. Emotions wise, I think it's catching up with me. I'm a bit like, what have I done? It feels very sore and tender, especially on this side here. A lot of tenderness, pain. The pain is still low level, but it's noticeable. I've taken some paracetamol, I've taken some ibuprofen. I feel very tight. I'm anxious because I now have to get in the shower, and I'm nervous about that because I know it's going to sting, and I know I've got a lot of crusting here that needs to come off, but obviously I can't put much pressure on the face like washing it. So I will just do the face wash, and then I'll come out and put the ointments on, and hopefully that will look a little better and feel a little better. I can see the swelling has gone down a little more, my eyes, especially this side, which is my right side. The left side is still quite a bit more swollen than this side, and this is where I'm getting quite a lot of the pain on my temple here. But this is absolutely normal. This is all to be expected. There is nothing out of the ordinary here at all. It looks absolutely grotesque, but my skin is doing exactly what it needs to be doing to heal. Yeah, just feeling a little bit wobbly, and I'm sharing my journey. So I'm sharing the positives, and I'm going to share the not so great bits as well, because that's the reality of it. And today I am feeling emotional, but I can't cry. I'm dreading to cry because well, the tears will probably sting. So I'm just trying to think positively. And also I know that from other research and listening to other people who've already gone down this road before me, that days 2 to 4 are feeling the worst in that sort of emotional way, you know? So wish me luck for shower time.
I told you, man, how much pain are you willing to go through for your vanity? But we jumped the gun a little bit. We started speeding a little bit. Let's see exactly what this CO2 laser treatment is. Let's see exactly what they're going through to end up looking like they was in a car crash or a lion ate their face or something. Was you hearing the tss and seeing the smoke come off the forehead? Turn whoever forehead that was into straight bacon. All that for the vanity, man. Man, I'm gonna be busted looking, man. I'm gonna be a regular looking dude, because if you gotta burn my top layer, I need my top layer, man. I'll just exfoliate or something, but This to me is extreme, man.
All right, so here's the deal with day 2. First of all, I didn't sleep for even a minute last night, and this is what my days look like. I had to put this ice bath of this mask on my face. I have to do it 8 times a day, and then after I apply the mask 3 times, I have to like sloth my face down with this like aftercare product or Aquaphor, whichever one. This whole process is actually really not fun. So here I am on day 2, looking, I can't decide if it looks better or worse. I feel like it's both. I would say my pain level is like a Tylenol, an extra strength Tylenol pain level, no painkillers. Because I have a really busy mind and body, the hardest part has really been the fact that I have to put ice on my eyes for 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off. I've been slacking because I actually can't take it. Something I didn't expect was how hard it was going to be to eat. This is my lunch, and this is how much I got down of it. Not very much, because the brow lift is just making my jaw hurt. And this is just the end of day 3. I hope I feel better tomorrow.
Your face looks like the underbelly of a tugboat.
See, a lot of these older, well-off women, they can sit in the house and they could just hide out for a month or 2 and let the skin grow back. But it's a lot of people that's not at that point in their life. So they go get the laser treatment done, then they gotta walk around and go to work and do their everyday, you know, things looking like Freddy Krueger.
Wanna suck the face?
No.
I would definitely say like the worst part of having CO2 laser is like having to like go out in public like this, or like go out in, I mean, like my job is like making videos, so like it kind of like puts a toll on making videos, but at least like I can make content about the CO2 laser. But literally it's like super sucks walking around like this. People probably think you're like up or diseased or something, I don't know, but the only good thing about it is the results are amazing. So I'm super excited for the results, and I'm ready to be out of this ugly ass stage. Ugh.
And don't get it confused. They not just going to get their whole face. Sometimes they just go get pieces done, and it's just not their face. They're getting the skin burnt off for other parts of their body also.
Would you trade 1 week of downtime for skin that looks better all year round? Wintertime means laser season because the UV index is lower, with a safer window for healing and enough time for collagen to fully rebuild. This resurfacing treatment removes layers of aged, sun-damaged skin, softens pores, and triggers deep collagen remodeling. The powerful laser doing this? Erbium YAG technology. Why spend thousands on skin resurfacing with other lasers?
This is what I look like 24 hours after ablative laser to my face and eyelids. I went all in. I even used metal eye shields so I could treat my eyelids. Let's talk about aftercare. This isn't microneedling or a light peel. We're talking about full-on ablative resurfacing, the kind that requires serious aftercare. I had the ultra clear laser, which I'm a huge fan of. It gives results similar to traditional full ablative lasers, but with a fraction of the downtime. The technology is pretty amazing. That's why I'm this swollen. Immediately after treatment, the most important thing is ice like crazy. For the first 4 to 8 hours, icing helps reduce inflammation and speeds recovery. For the first couple days, I also recommend vinegar soaks. They help prevent infection and break down crusting on the skin. Here's what you'll need: sterile medical gauze, saline, white distilled vinegar, sterile container. Add 1 tablespoon of vinegar to 250 milliliters of saline, shake it up, pour over the gauze in a clean container, apply the wet gauze to your face like a compress, and don't let it dry on your skin. If it does, it means it wasn't wet enough or it was too long.
This is the most effective treatment for resetting your skin and erasing years of aging and sun damage. It targets water in the epidermis, creating a precise, controlled resurfacing that stimulates new collagen from underneath. That's why it smooths fine lines, improves crepey texture, and tightens the skin without adding volume. Downtime is titratable from just a few days to a week, and the glow just keeps improving. It's called Erbium YAG laser, and it's one of the best anti-aging options available for skin rejuvenation.
I'm telling you, if you're willing to get your top layer burnt off, they got a plethora of options to burn your top layer off. Let's hear from a couple of professionals in the industry what they feel about, you getting your top layer burnt off, and is there any real benefits to it? Can it hurt you? What are the pros and what are the cons?
So what we're about to talk about, unfortunately, is incredibly common. The number one thing that I dislike about plastic surgery is that we are a very fad-driven profession. Whenever a new product, a new procedure, a new anything comes on the market, everyone scrambles to go get it done. Surgeons acquire it, market the crap of it, they peak, and then all of a sudden, all the complications begin to present, and then all of a sudden, within a year or two, it's gone. One of these such devices or treatments is radiofrequency microneedling, such as Morpheus, and there's many of them on the market. Now, I love microneedling, but not radiofrequency, and as a result, we don't have one and we've never done it. The problem is that it creates a lot of issues, and up until now, it was just a lot of debate. Well, guess what? The FDA just put out a warning regarding these devices, and that they've noticed there's been a tremendous amount of complications and people presenting with burns, fat loss, nerve damage, loss of elasticity, etc. And as a result, I've been saying from the very beginning that I wasn't a fan of heat-driven microneedling because of those things, and now finally the FDA has caught up. So I'm not saying don't ever do it, I'm just saying be cautionary, because when they first came out, oh my God, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, and everyone made a mad rush to get it done. Well, now we're realizing, like many other procedures, that maybe it wasn't as great as we had anticipated, and we need to be more cautionary about who and when we do these things. So just caution to be had that radiofrequency microneedling isn't all that it's cracked up to be.
CO2 lasers are a really powerful tool, and they're very important to know about, but they are not without issues, and you really need to be careful. A lot of people have been asking what I think about the use of CO2 lasers as an isolated standalone procedure. CO2 lasers, as you may or may not know, are not new in any way, and we've been using them in the OR for decades, and they work really, really well because they, being very, very destructive, can actually destroy the top layer of skin and get rid of pigmented areas and get rid of lines. But the issue has always been that there's a fine line between getting rid of the offending issue and causing a little too much skin damage, losing pigment in the skin. For example, when we used to use CO2 laser for the vertical lines in the upper lip, in order to get a really good result, very often people would end up with no lines, but also no pigment, so a white area in the upper lip, and that's unacceptable as well. In addition, I think it's a little too powerful a tool to be taken lightly. And in my practice, at least, we've essentially abandoned the use of the CO2 laser and looked for things that are equally effective and much less risky.
So what I gather, and tell me if I'm wrong in the comments section, what I gather, pretty much what I took from that, man, is the tool is extremely powerful and you need a real trained, skilled professional to pull this off. Now let's take a look into these med spas. I don't know if y'all noticed, but ever since 2025, it's been a whole bunch of just stuff that you can just, go down to the corner store and get all of a sudden. Botox, all types of stuff that we done covered on the channel. Let's take a look at these med spas where all these procedures are being done and see if they really have the best of the best people in there performing these services.
I just want to take a second to say thank you so much, Phil Murphy, for ruining how I feed my family and my business. I basically have to sign over all of the ownership of the medical part to a physician who's never going to see you, never going to talk to you and treat you. I really don't see us being open much longer.
The governor of New Jersey recently signed an executive order ending a previous executive order that was enacted during the 2020 COVID pandemic. Nurse practitioners were allowed to practice primary care independently. What happened was a lot of nurse practitioners went out and set up new businesses doing aesthetics and IV bars. And that executive order has been in effect for just about 6 years now. 28 states allow some degree of independence for nurse practitioners. And the other states, you have to be under a doctor. And there's quite the turf battle affecting that. As of January 16th, that executive order was ended. And New Jersey's laws are reverting now to what they were before the COVID pandemic.
So y'all out here getting y'all faces burnt off by LPNs? It's not a doctor in sight. It's not even a doctor on staff. Yeah. That's why all these med spas and all these procedures been popping up lately, because there's been no oversight. They don't need no doctors around. They done went to New York, and the findings that they found, I'm not even gonna tell y'all. Listen to what they found in New York.
New York City investigated 15 med spas. That report is way worse than anything I would have predicted. I don't think that this is an accurate portrayal of what med spas are in the country, but this is what's going on in New York City. In every med spa, 100% of them, they were offering medical procedures without the legally required licensure and oversight, every single one of them. 93% of the spas didn't have their licenses up. 73% had no medical oversight. And there are a couple of scary numbers in here. So 60% had no liability insurance, meaning if something bad happened, there's no insurance for that.
For God's sakes, if a doctor can do it, why can't we?
93% of them didn't have any type credentials displayed, and people still was utilizing them like everything was fine. But you're supposed to go get this stuff like Botox, every several months.
The difference when you've done it before, Julie's on day two. I'm on day 3. Way worse.
You're probably thinking it has to be some after effects, or it has to be some long-term effects to continuously go on and get your face redone.
Yeah, I was doing microneedling until I heard this.
You do a couple of those treatments, and for the next 3 to 6 months, you actually look better. That's not because you've had some magical rejuvenation. This is because the tissue under your skin is swollen and it's contracted. But that is the injury. Your body now takes a very long time to resolve that injury. It will resolve it in most part as scar tissue. And by then, that scar tissue is actually very thin and very not impressive as far as like how the results results look like. So within, let's say, 6 months, all that swelling has gone away. And people normally think, in air quotes, that the results went away. But the result didn't went away. That's the result, my friend. That the result is scar tissue.
So in other words, to pull this off, you need thick skin. And you need thick skin all the way around. Especially if you're going to burn your whole top layer off, then get online and tell everybody about it like you want some sympathy or something. You're going to have thick skin.
Going to the doctor today for a second opinion on the status of my face. I had CO2 deep laser done a month ago, and this is what I am left with. I was under the impression this was normal transitional hyperpigmentation, which is, you know, super common after lasers from what I understand, and can be cleared up with hydroquinone, which is fine. But some people on one of my videos were kind of rude, and that's fine. But I'm gonna go, just for my own peace of mind, go and talk to another doctor who also does lasers just to see their thoughts, to make sure there's nothing else I should be doing.
Comment section got her spooked, got her running to the doctors, man. And it was alarming to me that she had MD behind her name. So comment section all in her head, man. She thinking she done messed up right now. But before we get out of here, let's see these results that people are talking about. And I'm gonna need y'all to hit me up in the comment section and tell me what y'all feel about the results. Are y'all willing to get y'all top layer of y'all face burnt off for these results right here?
So I decided to do CO2 laser, and honestly, I had no idea what I was in for. Day one, I was red, swollen, and thinking, what have I done? The first few days, as you can see, were uncomfortable. My skin felt tight, dry, and really sensitive. Around day 5, I started to see a difference. And by day 7, I knew that I was turning a corner. It didn't look pretty, but I knew I was healing. And by day 10, I finally started to see the glow that everyone talks about. It hasn't been instant. It's been a process. It still is a process, but a really rewarding one. This is just my experience. I'm not an expert. I'm just sharing the real, honest journey in case it helps someone else who's curious. I'm still protecting my skin with SPF 50 every single day, but I already feel like it's been worth it. It's not instant, but it's definitely worth the patience.
Tell me what y'all think. Is it worth getting your top layer burnt off? Did y'all see any difference? I gave you a young person and an older person. And I'm gonna need some of my ladies, especially my younger ladies, to comment and give me some info on this. What's up with the boxer look? Why is everybody walking around looking like they got Vaseline all over their face? Like, when did that become cool to have the wet face look? I heard on a commercial, dewy skin. Just look like your face wet, man. Like, wipe your face off. Look like you need a washcloth. But anyway, man, y'all hit me up in the comments section and let me know that y'all see a difference. I didn't really, I don't want to hurt no feelings or nothing, but for you to get your whole top layer burnt off, that was the same face underneath. Like, you would think it would have been something different. That was the same face. I think what's really happening is this is all a psychological game. After you see your face that beat up and you have to live with it for a couple days, to see your face looking anything like normal, you got a whole different appreciation for your face. Yeah, your face glowing and you feel like you look so much better because you done seen yourself and you was hoping and praying that that wasn't going to last forever. But I think this is kind of more psychological than anything. But anyway, man, that's the CO2 laser treatments. This video is going to end like all the videos, man. Hit me up in the comments section and let me know how you feel about everything you have just witnessed.
Tell me how you felt about what just happened there.
And if you'd have made it to this point in the video, you are my MVP.
It was a stone groove, my man.
I'm out of here.
Okay, I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet. Basically, this treatment is like stopping the horse before it bolts. And the other thing as well, if someone ever said to me, I want you to torture some information out of someone, I'd be like, let's do this. This shit will, they'll be talking in like 14 days. So this is 28 days. I've got 6 nights to go. And yeah, I mean, the sleep deprivation. So the other thing as well is a lot of people are like, go get some drugs and stuff, like painkillers. And you can't. Nothing works. Like nothing. Because I've tried everything. And even the doctor said, you can use steroids, the corticosteroid cream, but she said it's like 1 step forward and 2 steps back. So she's like, just suck it up. 6 more nights to go. And for anyone who's got any questions, I'll try my best to reply in the best way I can. But just keep in mind, yeah, I've totally lost the plot. I've had no sleep and I'm like running on, literally on fumes.